Tax season as a freelancer always feels a bit confusing and overwhelming, and most people don't even realize how many deductions they're allowed to take. Today, let's talk about the tax benefits that freelancers miss the most so you won't be leaving money on the table. When I first started freelancing, I didn't track any of my expenses, didn't realize what I could deduct, and ended up paying way more taxes than I needed to. That's when I started taking note of everything I spent on my business. Understanding deductions is one of the easiest ways to legally reduce your taxable income, and it makes filing so much less stressful. We'll go through home office write-offs, software, business travel, insurance, even retirement contributions, everything that can help you file with confidence. If you work from home and have a dedicated space, even if it's small, you may qualify for a home office deduction. It has to be a space you use only for work, a desk, a corner, a little setup that's specifically for your business. You can calculate this in two ways: the simplified method based on square footage, or the percentage of your home used for work. The percentage method often gives you a bigger deduction, but it requires accurate measurements and record keeping. Avoid common mistakes like trying to deduct a kitchen table or a shared living room area. It has to be exclusive use. You can deduct a portion of your utilities, your internet bill, and even your cell phone if you use them for your business. The key is only taking the percentage that reflects your business usage. For example, if you use your internet 70% for work, that 70% becomes deductible. Keep simple notes or screenshots to show how you estimated the percentage. Nothing fancy, just something to reference if needed. These deductions pair perfectly with the home office deduction and usually add up more than people expect. Fees you pay on the Upwork platform can be deductible business expenses. That could include service fees and membership upgrades. These fees can add up quickly throughout the year, so it's important to track them as your business expenses. And other platforms work the same way. PayPal fees, Stripe fees, marketplace commissions, anything tied to earning work. Anything you buy to run your freelance business, like laptops, monitors, cameras, microphones, and external drives, is a deductible business expense. You can either deduct the full cost in the year you bought it or depreciate it over several years if it's a larger investment. Software counts too. Adobe Suite, Canva, Dropbox, QuickBooks, project management tools, editing software, basically any tools you use to deliver your work. When I purchased my first upgraded laptop and camera equipment a few years ago, I was pretty stressed about the cost, but the deduction made a noticeable difference at tax time. I make sure to keep all of my business equipment purchases and software subscriptions written down on an Excel spreadsheet, so that way it's just easier to calculate everything when tax season comes. Freelancers can deduct the premiums they pay for their own health, dental, and long-term care insurance. This can also include coverage paid for a spouse, dependents, and children under 27, even if the child isn't claimed as a dependent. You must have net profit from freelancing that year. The deduction can't be more than your business income. And one note to be aware of here, you cannot take this deduction if you were eligible for an employer-sponsored plan through your job or your spouse's job, even if you chose not to use it. When you travel for business, so client meetings, conferences, work-related events, you can deduct expenses like flights, hotels, meals, rental cars, and transportation. Meals are generally 50% deductible, but everything else is typically fully deductible as long as it is business related. If you drive for work, you can deduct mileage using the IRS standard rate or calculate actual vehicle expenses. Keep a simple mileage log. Even jotting down start and end miles in your notes app on your phone works. But one thing to be aware of here, if a trip mixes business and personal, only the business portion is deductible. Just to be clear about what falls into each category. Anything you spend to market your business is deductible. Think website hosting, domains, website templates, and website design. Paid ads, boosted social posts, email marketing tools, branding, logos, landing pages, all qualify. Even small things like Canva templates for a portfolio or website or business cards count because they help you promote your freelance work. If you pay for bookkeeping, tax preparation, legal advice, or business consulting, those fall under professional services and can be deducted because they directly support how you run your business. The same applies to professional memberships and industry organizations, especially if they provide resources, certifications, or networking that help you stay active in your field. When it comes to improving your skills, things like courses, workshops, online classes, and educational subscriptions can also be deducted, as long as they are related to developing or maintaining the skills you use to earn income. Basically, if you're investing in tools, expertise, or education that helps you do your job better, it generally qualifies as a deductible professional development expense. Freelancers have great retirement options that come with major tax benefits, like a SEP IRA or solo 401k. These accounts let you set aside money for your future while reducing your taxable income today. Contribution limits may vary, but solo 401ks especially can allow very high contributions depending on your income, and the money you contribute counts as a business deduction. I opened a solo 401k a few years ago, and even small contributions have made a real difference in lowering my taxable income. So even small, consistent contributions can make a huge difference over time. Keep receipts and digital records for every business-related purchase through screenshots, emails, bank statements, whatever is easiest. Try to keep business and personal finances separate. A dedicated bank account makes tracking deductions 10 times easier. Avoid guessing on deductions, because if you can't prove it or explain it, don't claim it. And remember, every freelancer situation is different, so working with a tax professional is always worth it. Some of the most overlooked deductions for freelancers include home office expenses, utilities and internet, platform fees like Upwork, business equipment and software, health insurance premiums, and retirement contributions. Take some time before you file to go through all of your expenses from the year. Look at receipts, subscriptions, travel, software, anything that relates to your freelance work. Keeping everything organized ensures you capture every deduction you qualify for and keeps more of your hard-earned money in your pocket. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, like, and check out more tax content for freelancers on the Upwork platform.